Hello and welcome to a very Excel video for today. Becca here. And in today's video, we are going to be having a look at the Power Query editor within the Microsoft Excel space. Now, this is more or less like the preparation process as we transcend into the Power BI space in the near weeks to come. The Power Query editor is also found in the Power BI interface, okay? So this is more or less like a tutorial to help all of us to familiarize ourselves with the Power Query editor, what it does, its features, and of what benefit is it to the user. So what Power Query actually does is that it helps you to transform, clean, and organize your data in such a manner that you wouldn't have to go through certain repeatable steps the next time you revisit your data. Okay, so what we have here on the screen is a blank Excel space, okay? And in today's tutorial, we're just going to be looking at the overview of the Power interface. Now, your Power Query ribbons are found within the Data tab here under the Get and Transform Data group. So from here, you click on your Get Data ribbon here, and you can see your different sources where you could extract your data from showing here as to whether you want to extract your data from file, from database, from Azure, online services, and other sources. Okay, now within the Power Query interface, we have a data integration process known as the ETL. What the ETL stands for, it extracts your data that is from multiple sources, like I did mention earlier, whether from file, either you have it's in Microsoft Excel workbook, is whether it's in CSV format, XML, PDF, or it's in a folder, or from a SharePoint folder. All these are sources where you can extract your data from. It can also be from a database or from other sources, or maybe online services. So that is what the E in the ETL stands for. That's extracting your data. So once you've been able to locate and extract your data, it now loads into the Power Query interface. Okay, then that is where the transformation process begins as to whether you want to split your data or you want to merge, maybe some filtering, removing of duplicates, changing of data types. All of that transformation is done within a Power Query interface. Now, there is an applied steps pane where all these steps are saved, so that anytime you update your data, you wouldn't have to go through these processes again. All you need to do is to just refresh your data. Then you have all these steps being applied automatically without you having to go start all over again. That's the beauty of Power Query. So once you've located the data source and done your extraction, it will not be uploaded into the Power Query editor. So for the purpose of this video, we are not going to load any data. We're just going to be dealing with a blank query for now, and then rather familiarize ourselves with some of the features within the space, so that in our next video, we will now shoot loading a data set and then applying these steps we've learned today to the data. Okay, so from your drop down here, you can see loading from other sources, that is from a table or range, from web, from a SharePoint list. It goes in and on, from Microsoft Exchange, even from a picture. But we are going to be loading a blank query instead. So you click on that, and then it launches your Power Query editor beautifully for you here. So once your Power Query editor is launched, you can see from here, you have your ribbons at the top. You have on the Home tab, the Transform tab, the Add Column tab, and the View tab. You'll go into all of that. Now on the left hand side here, it's your queries. That is the data. It has a list of all the queries that you load into your workbook. So if you loaded more than one query, at this point, you can even decide to switch between queries here. The Apply Steps pane is located on the right hand side of the Power Query editor, of which every step that you go through is actually saved within this Apply Steps pane. So you wouldn't have to go through the steps all over again. All you have to do is to just refresh your data, and then it is applied automatically. So every step you take is going to be listed here under the Applied Steps pane. Let's say you remove duplicates, it will be indicated here. Let's say you change the data type, it will be indicated here. Let's say you splitted a column, it will be indicated here. If let's say you did some form of a merging, some form of filtering, or changing of data types, all of that is listed here and saved. So once you update your data, all you need to do is to just refresh your data, and then you would have all these tabs apply automatically. So if, let's say, you have a very long list of data you're working with, like loads of it, you wouldn't have to go through these steps on the way again. Hit on the refresh button and then it's done automatically. So with the apply steps pane, you more or less like see what happens behind the scenes. Okay, so just hover your mouse over the ribbons and it gives you a brief description of what it does. Okay, so under the home tab, you have the query group, you have the manage columns group, you have the reduce rows group, the sort group, transform group, combine group, parameters group, data sources group, and then the new query group. Now all of this helps with the transformation processes. For instance, let's see, properties helps you to modify the name and description of the query. Okay, and then the advanced editor, it opens the advanced query editing dialog so that you can view the entire text for the query or even modify it. Okay, we have the combine group. It merges all files in a given column into a single table. So if you have different files, it just merges all into one for you. You have the transform tab as well, where you could transpose your data, you know, maybe treating rows as columns and then columns as rows. You can also reverse rows. Okay, so it inverts table rows such that, you know, the last rows are displayed first. As simple as that. We have the detect data type ribbon. Once you activate it, it just automatically detects the data type. So all these features you are seeing here is just a mode of transforming your data, of which we are going to go through all of that in our next video. This is just to help you to familiarize yourself with the interface. You know, you're hovering your mouse over the ribbons and just appreciate what these features does. Okay, Excel gives you a brief summary of what each of these ribbons, you know, do for you. We have the add column tabs as well, where you can see we have the general group, we have the from text group, from number group, from date group. So from here, you can even create a new column. Use examples. You can use examples to create a new column. You can also merge columns using this feature, using the merge columns feature. You can as well extract characters from text values using the extract feature. You have the date feature where you can format date values into your preferred format. And then you can also include time and then the duration. We have the view tab here where you have the layout group shown here, within which you can see if you want to display your formula bar. So like if I uncheck this formula bar, you can see my formula bar here disappeared, but once I activate it, it shows. So this is just more or less like showing what it is that you want displayed on your screen. Okay, if you would want to also have a data preview, because we don't have a real data loaded here, you could see some of these features are actually not activated for our use, but once the data is loaded in there, all of these would be activated for you to click and make all your transformations. Okay, you have our advanced editor, of which it opens an advanced query dialog to view or modify the entire text for the query. So if I click on it like that, it actually launches you into another advanced source, of which we will go through all of that as we delve deeper into the Power Query editor. So you can see the Power Query editor is a very powerful tool. It helps you with timely reporting. So instead of you having to go through certain processes manually, you could just go to the Power Query editor within your Microsoft Excel space and do all your apply steps in there, save it, and you are good to go. So anytime you just come in there, you can always update it. You can also load it into your Excel if you want to. You could also save it within the Power Query editor space as well. It all depends on what it is that you want to achieve with your work. This is just all about today's video, and let us know from the comment section and get ready for us in our next tutorial video, coming to you with real data and applying all these steps in there as well. Thank you, and follow us on all social media platforms. We are Fred Excel on all platforms. We are on Facebook, we are on TikTok, we are on LinkedIn, we are on YouTube. You can also put a call through to us using the numbers on your screen. Book our services. We do train individuals and corporates as well. We'll be glad to have you. Thank you for joining in, and see you in our next video. Bye bye.